Senate health care bill and the pro-union Employee Free Choice Act. Arkansas's Bill Halter released a video on Monday announcing his candidacy.
Washington is broken. Bailing out Wall Street with no strings attached while leaving middle-class Arkansas taxpayers with the bill. Protecting insurance company profits instead of protecting patients and lowering health costs. Gridlock, bickering, and partisan games while unemployment is at a 25-year high. Enough's enough. It's past time to put more Arkansas values in Washington.
White House Press Secretary Robert Gibbs says President Obama will support Blanche Lincoln in her re-election bid, but the AFL-CIO has reportedly decided to throw its weight behind Bill Halter. In other campaign news, former Tennessee Congressmember Harold Ford has decided not to mount a primary challenge here in New York against Democratic Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. And in California, Democrat Jerry Brown is expected to announce today he'll run for governor, the post he held from 1975 to 1983. Back here in New York, employees of the anti-poverty group ACORN have been cleared of criminal wrongdoing after a 5-month investigation conducted by the Brooklyn District Attorney Office. The probe began after right-wing activists secretly videotaped ACORN employees giving tax advice to a couple posing as a pimp and a prostitute. The Internal Revenue Service building in Ogden, Utah, was partially evacuated Monday after a suspicious substance was found. Investigators later determined the substance was not hazardous, but it raised alarms about the safety of IRS employees. Government figures show the number of threats against IRS employees have increased by over 21% since 2008. 2 weeks ago, a Texas man crashed his private plane into the IRS office in Austin, Texas, killing himself and one IRS employee. Many critics of the IRS refused to denounce the suicide attack. In an interview, Republican Congressmember Steve King expressed empathy with the suicide pilot, Joe Stack.
The pilot who flew himself into an IRS building, do you think his terrorist attack was motivated at all by a lot of the anti-tax rhetoric that's popular in America right now?
I think if we had abolished the IRS back when I first advocated it, he wouldn't have had a target for his airplane. It's sad that the incident happened down in Texas, but by the same token, the IRS is an agency that's unnecessary. And when the day comes that is over and we've abolished the IRS, it'll be a happy day for all Americans.
And in science news, a new study shows one of the world's most commonly used weed killers can turn male frogs into females. The chemicals in the weed killer atrazine disrupt development and make frogs develop both male and female features. The European Union banned atrazine in 2004, but the weed killer is still widely used in agriculture here in the United States. Researchers said approximately 80 million pounds of atrazine are applied annually in the United States alone. Atrazine is now the most common pesticide contaminant of ground and surface water. And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report.